Hey guys, just want to remind you that this will contain spoilers. With last month being the month anniversary of Jaws, I wanted to watch another one that involved another bit of a shark. I don't know if anybody really knows, but there's a really good movie that actually came out called The Shallows. It starred about seven people. Um, the main character was played by Blake Lively. Um, actually had a pretty good premise. Something kind of interesting, a little all is lost sort of feeling. But I mean, let's just kind of run it down. So the story goes is Blake Lively's character is a former or is a med student, but she's kind of taking a break off because her mom got cancer and died from it. Her mom was a surfer, and she found this little spot in Mexico, of course, isolated. Mm-hmm. Um, that was this kind of their little family legend, and so Blake went out and actually traveled down to Mexico, took some time off of med school for grieving reasons, and she found this little spot. Now she was driven there kind of by one guy. Her friend bailed on her because she got loaded the night before and didn't want to do it, and she found this found the spot, went out and and started surfing it. Now the only drawback to that is it was actually a feeding spot where was it I think it was a humpback whale. Actually, it died, and they kind of turned into a frenzy. Which one of the frenzies was a shark. In the movie, I believe it was a great white shark, which right around that area that's actually true. They definitely do live in that area. So pretty much, it's a fight for survival story. From what I read too, actually, Blake Lively did like all of her own stunts for it. There's a scene where the first attack with the shark, it broke her surfboard, and she had to actually climb on the carcass of this dead whale. Obviously not real, but the dive off from the whale into the water was real. Apparently, she actually got hurt, and for a movie pretty much based in this little inlet on the small little rock about the size of human body. That's pretty much where the whole movie took place from. She actually pulled her own weight. I found it to be actually really intriguing. Of course, it has to be a med student, so she knows how to repair and patch up herself and all that sort of stuff. The one surprising kind of character in this was actually her co-star, which was a seagull that they actually shipped in from Australia from a wildlife foundation, rehab foundation, who Blake Lively named in the movie Steven Seagull, which actually that was the name that she really did. She was the one that came up with the character name. So I thought that was, I mean, surprising that a seagull was actually, could hold the weight of a movie just like, Blake Lively could. Not saying anything against her, because I'm not really that big of a fan. I didn't really care much for Gossip Girl. Her movies, she always kind of seemed so-so. What was that movie, that Oliver Stone movie where she played next to Taylor Kitsch and Aaron Stephen Johnson? Oh my god, it's killing me. I went to go see it in the theaters. I thought it was actually pretty good, but it was kind of lackluster. And her performance, it was kind of flat in that movie. But this one, she actually pulled it off. I think that she actually can be a strong leading type role if she kind of keeps choosing roles and stuff like this. She could be like a Julia Roberts sort of a name. So the device setup for the movie was pretty good. She didn't really speak Spanish, and it starts off in a little Jeep, kind of in the jungle, driving to this beach with this other, random guy that she like Ubered with, who actually turns out to be an okay guy. But the communication, he never tells her the name of the beach, and kind of through that, some of the storylines, come out that her girlfriend got drunk. It was a family thing. The family beach, her mom was sick. and she also, FaceTimes with her family, which that was the one thing that I didn't fully believe in. There's no way an isolated beach down in Mexico would ever have cell phone coverage enough for FaceTime, for God's sakes. No way. That was the biggest kind of, actually, I mean, that was probably the biggest flop for me. Now that you think about it, it's really not that bad. So I liked how that set up. When she was on the beach talking to him, they did that weird kind of wherever she talked to, you kind of saw the picture of the FaceTime like out there. So she was walking, and then you see like the FaceTime next to her, which I don't know, for a movie like this, that just seemed a little Minority Report for me. Which for something like this, I didn't like it at all. I wish it would have actually stayed on the phone. But that's just me being nitpicky. It really wasn't that big of a deal, but it kind of took me out of the story. I'm happy that it only happened once, and it only happened towards the beginning of the movie. The shark attacks for this movie, because really the shark ate 3 people in the movie, and every single attack was direct, on point. I loved it. You saw kind of the fin for it, but the sharks would always attack from underneath. Sharks, just the one shark actually always attacked from underneath, which that's the attacking pattern of a great white shark, which that was cool. I loved that. I thought they hit it, just right dead on. The towards the ending of the movie, where she devises this plan to actually make it out to this buoy, she felt it would be a little bit safer. Really, she was just kind of fed up, wanted to get off this rock, and she wanted to get off this buoy. Hold on a second, I'm almost done. Okay. Well, okay. Time. Yes? You want me? Okay, come on, sit down. Okay, well, and as she wanted to get off or get onto this buoy, which she found out that there was a flare gun on it. There was some sort of a tanker vessel offshore, so she fired it up there to try to get, somebody out there. It didn't really work. Shot it at the shark, lit it on fire. Don't exactly know how. I don't really know how you can light fire or light water on fire without oil or gas or anything. Maybe there was. I just missed something, which I didn't miss anything. What, her? Yes? I'm going to get the fan up. Later. Sissy has to wake up first, okay? Yeah. Okay. And the shark attack, kind of at the end, I love the way that the jaws came out. That was super, super cool.
We should watch Caillou.
Oh, we should watch Caillou after this?
Yeah.
PBS's Caillou. Cool. Nothing like talking about a children's programming with a shark movie.
Explorers.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on. I'm almost done. Okay.
Bubble Guppies.
And Bubble Guppies relates because they're little mer people under the water, and we're talking about a movie that happened in the water.
Yeah.
Well, here I'm almost done. Okay. I'm so close. I'm so close. I'm so close. Why can't you just let me be? But when they're this cute, you just don't care. It's really not that big of a deal. So the weird way that the shark was killed, I'm not exactly sure how like the spikes came out. But it was, the buoys are anchored into the ground or to the seabed. So maybe it was just a bunch of old metal that was there that she noticed that was kind of sharp and jagged. So she hooked herself to this chain during this shark attack, and great, this is going to be fun. She hooked herself to this chain, which the chains retract into the anchor, this buoy. So she hooked herself up to it. The chain retracted. The shark was swimming past her, and she kind of dove out of the way, just in time for the shark to open its mouth, and it pretty much speared itself. I don't really know how you can kind of get away from something like this. I mean, it doesn't really seem like you can kind of stab a shark with very much, like a person with a knife or a spear or something like that. But it was the ending. It looked weird. It hit and it was just dead. Granted it went through its head, so I guess that kind of makes sense. I would like a little bit more flopping, but I don't know. It just seemed odd. But at the same time, maybe that's just because we haven't seen anything, really like it before. So So the ending seemed a little odd to me, and yet, oh my God, just get up on the bed. Just get up. Just get up. So with the ending on that one, I'm not exactly sure really how to make it much better. So that's my kind of reviews for it. Thoroughly enjoyed the movie. The acting was incredible in it, and I definitely say go out and see it. Oh man, just another little kid. So yeah, definitely Shallows. This one too, I'm also going to be rating 4 out of 5 sharks for. It's definitely worth it. The tension is there. Not super gory movie, but it makes up. It definitely makes up with the element of survival. So thank you for watching. She thanks you too, and we'll see you next time.
See you next